What happens when a superpower decides accusations are enough? No trial, no jury, no international law. Just action. Imagine a world where the rulebook is ripped up, and the only thing that matters is who has the bigger army. This isn't a movie plot. It's a dangerous precedent being set right now, and almost no one is talking about it. Let's unpack a scenario that's unfolding in the shadows of global headlines. A story involving Venezuela. Now, this isn't about defending a specific leader or a political regime. Forget about the personalities for a moment. Instead, focus on the principle at stake. When a powerful nation claims the right to indict, see, and even remove the leader of another sovereign country based solely on its own internal charges, it's not just an isolated political move. It's a tectonic shift in how the world operates. It's a move that replaces international law with national might. Think about what this normalization means. We're talking about a world where the concept of sovereign immunity, a cornerstone of international relations for centuries, is suddenly conditional. It applies unless a more powerful country decides it doesn't. If this precedent is accepted, if the global community just shrugs and says, well, we don't like that particular leader anyway, we've opened Pandora's box. Because power, once unleashed, doesn't follow instructions. Let's play this forward. If it's acceptable for one nation to do this today, what stops another from doing it tomorrow? Imagine Russia using its own legal framework, issuing an indictment for the president of Ukraine and claiming the right to capture him. Or picture a scenario where China decides, based on its own laws, to detain the leadership of Taiwan, arguing they are acting within their legal rights. Suddenly, international travel for any world leader becomes a high-stakes gamble. A flight over foreign airspace could turn into an abduction. A diplomatic visit could become a trap. In this new world, law is no longer a shield for the less powerful. It becomes a weapon for the strong. International warrants, once a tool for bringing genuine criminals to justice through cooperation, could be weaponized. They could be used to settle political scores, to destabilize rival governments, or to eliminate economic competitors. The entire system of global diplomacy and cooperation would crumble, replaced by a constant state of suspicion and fear. Every nation would have to ask itself, are we powerful enough to be safe? This brings us to a critical distinction. This conversation is not a defense of any individual. It's a defensive process. It's about defending the very idea of a fair trial, of evidence examined in a neutral court, of a verdict reached through due process, not through press conferences and public accusations. It is about upholding a system where justice is determined by the size of a nation's military budget, but by a set of rules that everyone, big and small, agrees to follow. Why is this so important? Because legal and diplomatic norms are like the foundations of a building. You can't just remove one brick you don't like without threatening the entire structure. When we cheer for the rules to be broken for people we dislike, we're not just punishing them. We're dismantling the very system that protects us all. The argument that this is an exceptional case for an exceptional situation is one of the most dangerous arguments in history, because every exception creates a new rule. History is filled with examples of precedents that spiraled out of control. Actions that were once deemed necessary for a specific crisis quickly became routine tools of state power. What starts as a targeted measure against the declared enemy often expands to include anyone deemed inconvenient. The tools of surveillance, sanctions, and intervention, once reserved for extreme circumstances, slowly creep into the realm of the ordinary. And one day, people wake up to find that the very freedoms and protections they took for granted have been eroded, all in the name of security or justice. The real danger here isn't about one country or one leader. It's about the silent normalization of a world governed by force, not by law. It's about what we, as a global community, are willing to accept. When we allow headlines to replace trials and force to replace courts, we are complicit in creating a more chaotic and unpredictable world. We are trading the difficult, often frustrating, path of international law for the simple, brutal logic of might makes right. And here is the irony. The nations who set these precedents are often the ones who believe they will always be in control of them. They see it as a tool they can wield, a power they can manage. But precedents have a life of their own. They are adopted and adapted by others, often in ways the originators never intended. The very same logic used to justify an action against an adversary today can be turned back against you or your allies tomorrow. The power to bypass international law is not a power that can be contained. It spreads it mutatis, and eventually, it comes back to haunt those who first applauded its use. So, the next time you see a story about a foreign leader being indicted or targeted by another country, ask yourself a different set of questions. Don't just ask if the accusations are true. Ask what process is being followed. Ask where the trial will be held. Ask what this means for the principle of national sovereignty. Ask what kind of world we are building if one country can unilaterally decide the fate of another. This isn't about being naive. The world is a complex and often dangerous place. There are bad actors and real threats. But the answer to these challenges cannot be to abandon the rules and embrace anarchy. The answer is to strengthen our international institutions, to recommit to diplomacy, and to insist on due process for everyone, everywhere. We need a world where justice is a process, not a political tool. Because once a precedent is set, it never stays controlled. Today, it's called exceptional. Tomorrow, it becomes routine. And one day, it'll be used against the very people who thought it was a good idea. The real danger isn't who is being targeted today. The real danger is what we are allowing to become normal for tomorrow. It's time we start paying attention to the rules of the game before the game changes forever and we find ourselves with no rules at all. Thanks for watching. If this made you think, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more content that challenges the headlines. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.